Hey, what's up guys, Ravenclaw here. Today, I just wanted to have like sort of a bit of a chill out vid, just chat and, go over a few things I guess. First of which is just recently I've been feeling a bit, I'm feeling a bit down, not just on myself, but I guess because I have a lot of things going on, like a new job, everything like that, and don't get me wrong, I'm still having a great time. Love the new job, love everything like that. It's just like, for you guys that may not know what I'm talking about, I did recently put up a video about what condition I'm going through and how hard it's been happening. I'll most likely put a link in the description to said video so you guys can go, that's what he's talking about. Yeah, just been finding it really tough lately. You get your ups and downs and whatnot, but I guess it's how you handle these sort of things that really make you or break you, I guess. I have to, one thing I will say, and this is very, very important, is the support from you guys is just mind-blowing. It honestly is. It's insanely mind-blowing. And especially the people that are going through the same condition I am and have started to pull themselves out of the darkness. We'll call it the darkness. Purely based on whether it was that video that I put up was able to give them a step forward in their progress, which is absolutely amazing. The only reason I did put up this video was not for sympathy, not for recognition, not for anything like that. It was purely to be the voice that helps the other people that are in the darkness come forward and to be able to find their way out. And it's not easy, like, trust me. It took me, weeks to get the courage to put that up, because being like a YouTuber, you don't know what response you're going to get. And very fortunately for me, I got an amazing response. It was huge. It was a big boost in my journey. Anyway, so yeah, just sort of recently, just been feeling really down on everything, and I'm trying to bring myself back out of it. So that's probably most of the reason why the videos have been sort of like scattered up and down. Where is he? Why isn't he keeping up with this? And like, I will admit, like, I'm more than happy to say, look, guys, I'm really sorry. I hate letting you guys down, and I will do my best to pull myself out of this stuff and be all happy-go-lucky, like you guys know that I am. But yeah, thank you for sticking with me. Like that's more important than anything else. Like, and as you guys know, YouTube for me is my outlet, my place to be creative, and my place to meet awesome people like every single one of you. So thank you for your support and hanging out with me. Now, let's talk about a few things these are some questions from you guys. And these were related to PvP, arenas, and the experience of PvP. Not so much just as a survival hunter, but in general. So, one thing is, a lot of you like to play solo, and there's nothing wrong with that. I just want you to take note of our positioning here. This will relate to what we're talking about. Now, when you queue up for just, an arena with looking for group and stuff like that, you never know what you're going to get. Okay, yes, they'll advertise themselves as the best thing in the world, and they could absolutely suck. But then that goes on to lead you to think, was it you? Was it you? Did I not damage enough? Did I not do this right? Now, there's tons of things that go into it, and the one thing the more predominant thing that I get is, I'm losing faith in my class. Should I re-roll because I can't do this and can't do that? You just got to stick with it and just have faith in what you can do as, whether it's a hunter, a resto, and all that stuff. And that's why I'm doing these videos to show you there's nothing wrong of, looking at some gameplay like this. This is why I'm doing particularly this one, because what I wanted to show you was this was a looking for group match. Okay, a few of these were looking for groups, and massive things that you guys would have noticed was, one, positioning. If you're not on top of your game, I basically had to, someone like myself, I know about the positioning, make sure that you keep within a good distance of your healer, not overextend yourself so that your healer has to chase, but not being too close to put your healer into danger. Having said that, this healer was overextending most of the time. By what I mean by that is, instead of running to me for, peels, basically would have run to the other side of the map just to try and kite a melee, which didn't work in the long run, and as you would have noticed just before, forced me to pop my turtle shell, which I could have saved for a little bit later on, and you'll notice in about 2 seconds that I could have died, which was nuts. And another thing is, because we keep getting so split up, I'm having to go over and literally run over and chasing the DPS that is on my healer. So basically the positioning is huge, and because we're not on any voice communications or any of that, we cannot line it up. And see right here, if my healer didn't come back, I would have been dead, because I had no personal defensive cooldowns to keep. Alright, now let's talk about voice communication. Every time you jump on a looking for group, I could honestly say, now you guys can correct me, but I would say 70% of people that jump in a looking for group, whether 2s or 3s, don't use voice. They're basically looking for the crate, looking for just, random games, or bored or something like that. But that's something you really have to remember. If you don't have voice communications, that's already cut your game efficiency down by at least 40%. And that's huge, because if you're not lining CCs up, if you're not going to be positioned right to be able to keep offensive and always have to come back and be defensive, it's going to have two things. You potentially may not get the kill, but it will make your games last for ages. That's why I recorded these particular matches. It's because that the positioning of both of us was not on point, and it led to sloppy CC chains, no CC chains at some point, and yeah, you get the idea. So don't be discouraged if you're just gone onto a random group and it's not working out for you. Keep in mind that if you know what you're doing, if you know how to play and stuff like that, and things don't work out, don't go, you know what, I'm going to re-roll now because, this sucks. Give it a chance. And I will be doing a ton more of these videos, especially on my resto, because I'm getting a lot better. And from that video I put up where I analyzed my own gameplay and what I did wrong, and you guys putting your tips and tricks in, that has increased my gameplay immensely. I know exactly what to do now. I know where to stand, what to do, when to CC, when not to CC. And so which leads me to my next point, Survival Hunter in particular. What is the Survival Hunter all about? So yes, we're a melee spec, okay? But we're not an arms warrior, essentially. We're not like something or a rogue that's got to be up in your face to just destroy. We are a very kiteable class like this. Popped wings, we had to get out of the way. So what I want to do now is I want to lock that pally out for the duration of the wings. Now, notice that trap broke. I'll tell you about it in a sec. So what I'm saying is you're all about the dots, the slows, the control, keeping your dots up and using flanking strikes, throwing axes, stuff like that to force defensive and healing defensive cooldowns is huge, because what you want to focus on is locking down a target whilst you build up your mongoose stacks. Once you get to 3, that's when you can pop everything, keep forcing out those stacks, and then just let rip, because it's like a wrecking ball that's starting slow and then gaining momentum to then just destroy. And all these key features I'm talking about is about gameplay, and that is if you're not lining them up, focusing properly, communicating right, you're going to lose a lot of time chasing each other, chasing a CC, chasing the dream. Like this game particularly, there were a few times where I got my burst ready to go, but the healer was out of CC, or my healer wasn't kicking kicking heals when I needed him to. But right here, this was probably the only time in the game where we lined it up. So trap into a stun, and then into a paralysis. That was probably the longest one there, but problem was my burst had already gone, so it was no good. Anyway, these are things that I'm noticing anyway, and the little things like this, can really relay back into your mindset of how you play, and the next time you go into it, you're like, yeah, I stuffed that up last time. I'm going to have to really, watch for where I'm going. So right now, what I'm doing is I know that wings are up, so he can pop wings at any time. So what I want to do is play a little bit more on the defensive side. Now, as you can see, I lost a trap. So what I wanted to do was use it. That's another thing too. If you miss a trap, don't forget it. Don't just go, nah, fuck that. Oh, sorry for you guys that shouldn't have heard that. But if you miss a trap, and you just run away and forget about it, that is literally a waste. So what I was doing there is, okay, I missed the trap, but I needed to use it, so I used it on the pally so I could get back and reposition. Now, what I'm trying to do here is keep the pally off my healer as much as possible. And that was easy to do because my healer stayed near me. Instead of, he could have, blinked onto the other side. So where his port thing is, Transcendence, on the other pillar. He could have done that. But this time he got wise and said, look, I'm going to stay near my DPS for peels. So all in all, I'm just sort of trying to describe things that I want you guys to be focusing on when you're doing these random groups and stuff from, looking for group and all that. And yeah, it's important not to get too discouraged. And at the end of the day, I want all you hunters to stay hunters. I don't want you guys going anywhere else, because that's what it's all about. Now, of course, I encourage you to go play any other class, because I am. But I don't want you guys to forget the hunter because, I can't do this and this and this and this, or because of these little, mishaps that are happening. Because at the end of the day, if I can help out in any way to, get another hunter on board, like a lot of you have actually jumped on board recently because of, my videos, which is just awesome. Like, have a great time, have fun. Let me know down below. Let's start a conversation. Is there something that you guys are having trouble with? Is there something that you guys have really worked out as a survival hunter? Are you new to the hunter class in general? That's something I'd really like to know. But yeah, this video was I just wanted to touch base with you guys again, talk about a few things that I've noticed recently with communications with you guys and whatnot. But yeah, overall, just hang in there. Don't get discouraged. Practice is the most important thing I could sort of suggest. Practice, 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 practice. Find a friend that's, the same level as you, and do games. Like, start with skirmishes, practice communicating, practice being able to kite, which is important as a survival. Mixing your master's call with your aspect of the cheetah, or post haste, doing a master's call into a harpoon, things like that. Practice that, then practice CC chains, then practice, lining up a kill, all this stuff. Now, see what happened here, just before we end. My healer, once again, went behind the pillar out of my sight. I was slowed, so I had to try and waddle my way over to help him. Lucky we were able to connect, and I was able to help the healer out from dying. But instead of trying to kite a melee away from the DPS, got to stay up in it, so that way I can, help my partner out. But anyway, so these are all little bits and things that I've been noticing and been hearing a lot. So if you guys have any questions or all that, let me know down in the comments. If you guys have done anything awesome, because we're going to be doing top PvP moments soon, all this other stuff, let us know. Have you got any clips that you'd like to submit? Send them on through. Hit me up. I'll send you a link to where you can send it. And yeah, if you're new to not just the channel, but just a hunter class in general, say hi, take a lap around the channel. If you like what you see, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, because I would absolutely love to have you on board. And yeah, if you're having just a general good time and you're feeling good, make sure you let others know down in the comments just how good you're feeling. And who knows, one kind word can change someone's day more than you can imagine. So yeah, on that note, you awesome people, I'm Ravenclaw. You keep on sniping, and I will see every single one of you in my next video. Take care, guys. Peace out.